Curtis, a disappointing performance tonight. Can you give us a player's perspective on how you feel?
Yeah, just very frustrating. I think to start the game so flat, obviously I know the manager said what he said, but it's down to us players. We're good enough players and experienced enough to know that if it isn't working, we need to just make sure that we're solid. And unfortunately, there were players just free on the edge of the box, players free to cross balls into the box, and we were just nowhere near them. And that was the frustrating thing, that whatever shape, whatever style you're playing, we allowed them so much space to get in those positions, to make those opportunities, and we found ourselves 2-0 down. And in typical of us, we started to play a bit better then, but obviously Derby could sit behind the ball, and probably in the second half I believe we had the chances to get back into the game, but it just wasn't meant to be, and Derby looked obviously a very good team, but at the same time we let ourselves down.
Was it their tactics, do you feel, which resulted in them getting a 2-0 result, them playing to theirs and capitalising on a couple of errors, you'd feel, from Hull? Or was it a little bit of Hull kind of letting Derby get the ball a little too often?
I'd probably agree with your first point, that I think they came here with their regular setup that they always play. They knew their game plan, and they weren't scared to come here and then change it and be defensive. So from the off, they had a lot of the ball, and we couldn't manage to get our rhythm going. And like you touched on, a couple of mistakes, a couple of slack passes. Slack passes let them in for the first goal, and obviously, like I say, with the second goal, it's frustrating that we've got so many people in the box, which obviously lads are being honest and trying to get back, but obviously the two people that were crucial were Cyrus Christie, who crosses it, and then obviously Butterfield on the edge of the box that has a free strike at it. So it's frustrating, but it's the first time we've lost in a long while. So we need to put things into perspective, and we need to go again on Tuesday against Man City, because it's going to be a big game now in terms of how we react. I know obviously it's not going to be the most important game for our season, but going to a Man City, if you have your heads down, you could be on the end of a pasting. So it's for us to make sure that we're ready to go in that game, and then dust ourselves down again for Leeds.
How much of an honour do you think it's going to be, though, for the players? Of course, this is the first quarter-final League Cup appearance for the Tigers, and how proud are you to possibly be part of that starting 11 come Tuesday night?
Yeah, of course. Obviously, having been part of an FA Cup final side here, I know how important it is to the fans, these cup competitions, but it's one of those games where I don't think many of us know who's going to play. Obviously, we know we're going to shake it up to make sure that people get games and we keep fresh legs, but whoever does play is going to give their all, and we're going to go there and try and upset them.